Have you ever heard of unsung heroes in the blood? I'll tell you them. I'll tell you, just wait. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl, Ima Kukumba. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. The overview of platelets, what platelets is, functions of platelets, I'll let you know in this part. Yeah, so I'd like to let you know that platelets are fragmented cells, right? I'll be uploading a picture about thrombocytes. You can see by the side of this um, explanation how it looks. It is a blood organ. So platelets are known as thrombocytes and it involves in the healing and blood clotting. Yeah. Practically when you get injured, okay, when you get injured and you start bleeding, I'll be inserting a picture of someone that is bleeding and when the bleeding stopped. Okay, so checking it out, you will see that in this bleeding hand, you will see what I call clot formation. When the bleeding starts, you see the blood gushing out, and you start noticing that after some while, after some minutes, the blood stops to flow. What do you think is occurring at that time? It's not magic, it's science, and it has a process. And the process that you're seeing, clot formation has stopped, is called hemostasis. You get. So hemostasis is a topic on its own that I'll be sharing sometime in my subsequent videos. But just know that the process of the blood stopping and the flow stopping is called hemostasis. Then platelets, in a visible understanding I can share with you, is a fragment of cell that comes when there's a bleed. It helps to stop the bleeding and therefore introducing hemostasis, letting you know that platelet is also known as thrombocytes. Thrombo, which means thick drop cell, right? But we understand it as platelet. So platelet is same as thrombocyte, okay? Thrombocyte is the medical term for platelet. And they are little fragments of cells in the blood forming organs, right? Okay, so thrombocytes are fragments and it helps to stop bleeding and heal wounds. That's just the simplified way I can explain it to you. Thrombocytes are cell fragments that intervene to stop bleeding and heal wounds. Okay, so platelets, that is thrombocytes, they are blood components. They are blood components that react to bleeding. They are blood components that react to bleeding from a blood vessel. So when there is an injury in the blood vessel, when there is an injury, when there is a damage, when there is a breakage to the blood vessel barrier, when someone has a cut, platelets will be released. That's why I call them the unsung heroes. They are there at every time. Maybe you're in the kitchen, you're trying to cut something, you're doing a hard work, and you get yourself injured. Platelet is there to help you heal the wound. All right? Yeah. In the liver, there's a release of a hormone called thrombopoietin. I've explained to you what platelets are, and I want to introduce to you what hormones are found in the liver. So when you come to the liver, there's a hormone secreted in the liver, and that hormone is called thrombopoietin. So in hand, why there's a release of thrombopoietin from the liver, the kidney is also giving a feedback. It's regulating the production of platelets, megakaryocytes. There's what I call megakaryocyte. I don't know. I can display what it looks like. Megakaryocytes are just specific cells. They are specific cells that are developed in the bone marrow. I'll be explaining this bit by bit in my subsequent videos. So I just want to give an overview of platelet because someone reached out to me and said, please, I don't really understand platelet. Please, can you simplify it to me? And I said, why not? If not, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. So platelets, I've explained what platelets are. Megakaryocytes, like I said, are the specific cells that are developed in the bone marrow. And it is as a result of the hormone called thrombopoietin. So when there's thrombopoietin being released from the liver, it produces megakaryocyte. That's just what I'm trying to say. The keywords here when you're looking out for platelets, you look out for thrombopoietin, you look out for thrombocyte, you look out for megakaryocyte. So I've been able to explain this. So I'm saying that megakaryocytes are large cells that is known or that are known for producing platelets. So when these megakaryocytes begins to mature, when it begins to grow, it forms an extension. and in the extension it forms, on the surface of its extension, there's a movement. When this movement begins to occur, it tends to move into the blood vessels, move into the bloodstream. And when it's moving into the bloodstream, there is a notch because all of the cells are trying to move into the bloodstream. When it moves into the bloodstream, it begins to break off on its own. When it begins to break off on its own, there are little fragments of cells that are being shedded. Those fragments of cells are called platelets. So from the megakaryocytes, platelets are formed. That's just literally what I'm saying. And don't forget, they are made up of cytoplasm, they are made up of membranes, but it has no nucleus. Platelet has no nucleus. Okay? So now we go into diameter. The normal diameter of a platelet is very small. It's up to 2 to 4 and 150,000 to 450,000 micrometer in the blood. So when it comes to red blood cells are in millions, like 5 millions. Then the next is platelets. Platelets is higher than WBC. Are you aware? WBC is about 5,000 to 10,000. But platelet, as small as it is a hero. That's what I'm trying to let you know. It is the unsung hero that never gets an accolade. So today you now know that your platelet has been helpful. So please do not allow anything to happen to your platelet. So let's go back to what I'm just trying to establish here. What I'm trying to say is that platelets are more than WBC. Red blood cells are more than platelets. So there are basic 3 forming organs, blood organs, and which I've established. There's red blood cell, there's WBC, and there's platelets. Some platelets are stored in the spleen. They are mostly seen in the spleen until when there is a need for it to come out. Do you get? Until when there is a need, in the sense that someone gets injured or there's a problem, they come out and they help combat the bleeding. All right. So whenever there is a damage, whenever there is any kind of cause of bleeding, platelets are there. And when they come out, they become activated. Do you get? They become activated and go directly to the bleeding site, right? So this bleeding has occurred. Platelets are being released from the spleen. It comes to the hand, activates this hand, cause inflammation here. And before you know it, the clotting process will start, hemostasis will be introduced, and the bleeding stops. Give platelets the accolades for trying so hard. All right. So in the next video, I'll be sharing with you the treatment therapies for platelet. And our main focus is just to know about the platelet. If you want me to give you an overview of red blood cell, just let me know. I'll kindly do that. I'm here for you. I'll kindly do that. So platelets normally circulate in the blood vessels.